So today I want to talk about the wild olive. In Maasai language it's called Olorien, and in Samburu it's called Ingerioi. And it is the trunk of the tree. This is a big tree. This I harvested from someone using it as firewood, so I just got one of the firewood pieces from him. And it's used as a medicine when boiled. And Olorien also refers to the black soot used for making kolanauto, the black soot put in the calabash for souring milk in the Maasai culture. And in Samburu, Olorien is that black soot, but it's not necessarily referred to the tree. But they might understand if you say Olorien. Now it's a nice tree. It's a nice medicine. It's not bitter. When you mix it with milk, it actually has a very nice flavor. When you mix it with soup, it has a nice flavor. When you mix it with honey, it has a nice flavor. So it's one of the few trees that's not bitter. It's one of the few trees where you use the trunk and not the bark or the roots, although you can use the bark for this tree as medicine. But the bark for this tree has another use. It is for stomach, it is for deworming, but the trunk, it is for general health. It's like it's believed to give nutrition to the body. That is how actually the tree is used for cows during drought when there is no grass. This tree has been the most important tree to make the cows to survive. So they cut down the branches and they give the cows, and then they don't think that it's the nutrition that they need, but they don't think that it's the they don't think it's the amount that you need, but they only need a small amount and then they will survive. It's like they believe they will get the right nutrition they need when they are starving, to give that strength. So it's a very important tree for that use. And for the Maasai warriors, sometimes back they were not allowed to take any other food than milk and meat, and anything that has to do with it. So soured milk and was okay, of course, and soup and anything from the cows, the sheep, the goats. So during times where the milk was not enough, so milk was the daily food, and meat was the food in ceremonies and going for orpul. But during the drought times, when the milk was smaller, they could use less milk and boil it with water, and boil this one and drink like tea, to believe that to remain that strength even when food was smaller. So it is something that mainly has been used to give strength to the body. So most likely it has a lot of nutritional value inside. It has oleic acid, which is connected to a lot of health benefit to the body. Yes, it has also been used to mix other herbs like Osokonoi and Orkokla and other very bitter herbs. And maybe my theory is that it has been mixed so that the bitterness of those herbs will not affect the body negative, so that you can use those herbs in a very strong amount without having the negative side effects to neutralize. That's my belief. But it might not be true. If you're a Maasai, talk with your shosho, talk with your kakuya, ask them. So, how I prepare this, I normally take it, I mix it when I have flu, when I have signs of pneumonia, and when I have those symptoms. I normally take this with Osokonoi or with loisuk. Other times I just take it like this, and then I mix with milk, and then I drink like that, just for tea, giving some extra strength. And how I prepare it is I use a saw to cut it, so that it becomes smaller pieces, and the fiber is on this length, so I'm crossing the fiber so that it will be easier to cut it. And then I use a scissor for the gardening to cut it. And in the beginning I cut it in big pieces, and then I boil, and then I get the first the first medicine, and then after it becomes softer, I can cut it in smaller pieces, and then I boil, and then I do that, and I can do that for about 5 times until I get the all the medicine out of the tree. So the fiber is to remain, and then this oily kind of resin thing is the one that is going to get out in the water and be the medicine. So that's about this tree. I also grow it in my farm and in Kenya, and I do recommend any person to have this tree in the farm. It has many uses and many benefits. If you want the seeds for it, you can actually buy the seed balls, and you can also go to Kefri to get the seeds, or you can go to the wilderness. It's normally found in the protected forests in Kenya, and get the seeds. I normally get the tree from my in-laws, from their land, and I collect small trees that's coming up from the ground, then I transplant them to my nursery, and then I plant them in my land. So that's about this tree. I hope you learned something new. Talk to you next time.